one game away from the crowd.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to WCS Challenger North America Playoffs here as we move forward to find out which of our 4 players from North America are going to be going to WCS Jönköping. We're live from Poland this time. We've flown all the way from Germany, which was about a 1-hour flight, so it wasn't that bad. And I am joined by Todd, as always. My name's Kyle Lawrence. How you doing, mate?
I'm doing good, excited here to see which one of these guys are going to be going to Sweden, all expenses paid, and directly qualified for the round of 32, I think it is, for the group stage number 3. We've got some big favorites here in Nib, our previous WCS Austin winner, and maybe soon to be a Triple Crown winner if he's able to win over in Sweden. But first he has to go through this, ideally for him, and qualify here through these very tough qualifiers where there are a lot of big names.
Yes, there is. Let's take a look at the bracket and show you exactly how things are going to be playing out throughout the today and tomorrow, of course. So this is our upper bracket. This is half of the upper bracket to start things off. Important to note that the upper bracket is all best of 5s. So we will be doing 4 best of 5s today. So some big matches that will be coming up there. Moving down the peg now, we have our other 8 players we do have in the upper bracket. Again, all best of 5s. And then moving slightly down even more, have down the peg, we have our lower bracket. Now, all of this will be best of 3s, apart from that lower round 4, which is the round which will be best of 5s, which will determine 2 more players qualifying through.
Yeah, it's going to be great. The format is so that also, it keeps things interesting the whole way, in that we qualify 2 players today and 2 tomorrow. So obviously, these matches are very important. There's quite a bit of money on the line, WCS points as well. Like, if somebody does not make it there, they can still go, but then it's on their own dime.
Yeah.
And it's the North American qualifier, and Sweden is quite far away, literally across the planet. So you definitely want to try and make sure that you qualify through it. Our top 4 seeds heading into this: Nibs number 1, True number 2, Scarlett number 3, and in number 4 we've actually got Jon Snow over guys like Puck, Pili, so
nice. I mean, he qualified last time, right, when it was for Austin. So that kind of kept him in a good spot, I suppose. But I think we are almost ready to actually go with our first series of the day. It's going to be Scarlett going up against Bales. So we will have 1 round of best of 5 from the first round. We'll have 1 best of 5 from the round of 8. And then we'll be covering our 2 semi-finals in the upper bracket as well, which will be determining the 2 players that actually move through to WCS Jönköping today.
They won't even be done after that, because they will still be playing for more points and more money. So we play the whole way. We'll get a full ranking.
That's correct.
First place is important. Third place is important.
$10,000 on the line. And $1,600 for first place.
A cheeky 10 Gs.
It's not bad.
On the weekends.
Take that money, and then, of course, there's 1,000 WCS points on the line as well. For now, we are ready to jump into our first series. It will be Scarlett going up against Bales in this best of 5. So we do have, spawning down to the bottom right-hand corner, our red Zerg. It will be Scarlett, still playing from Korea, I believe. And then up to the top left-hand corner, we do have Bales, our blue Protoss.
One of the most up-and-coming and promising players from North America with Protoss. They've got quite a few. It feels like things changed for a long time over in the North American scene. And they have quite a few strong Protosses, not just guys like Nib and Puck, for example, but guys like Bales that are up and coming. Now, Pili, always one of the guys that I'm really looking forward to seeing in action as well, because he performs super well these days. So very excited for this year.
All right, so already this probe's coming over. Did see the expansion going down there. And Scarlett, we saw her trying different things throughout some of the challenges. In the previous challenger, we saw her playing a lot of Protoss because she was playing from Korea. And then in this challenger for Jönköping, we've actually seen her
play very aggressive against Terran.
Yes.
and then do very tricky things against Protoss that
Yeah.
paid off for the most part up against Puck, in which he found success and actually qualified through that match.
That's true.
But now she's up against the Bales, who may very well be aware of what happened in those games against Puck, and definitely has had some time to think about that matchup as well, because we've known about the bracket for some time now. So if he's really brainstormed the matchup, prepared exclusively against her, we might be seeing something out of the ordinary here, perhaps, coming out of him.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he's got anything in his sleeves, as we do have Scarlett already just getting that expansion going. Like spawning pool's on the way. Bales is going to complete his wall off here.
What were you going to say? You were trying to say something very fancy, and then you just went for in his sleeve. He's got something under the trunk, or like
under the trunk.
How do you say? What's the way to say?
I'm not sure. I don't know where I wanted to go.
Are there his hats?
I'm a little bit tired. I'll be honest. Even at the beginning of the broadcast, it's still very difficult to adjust, but we'll get there.
What did you have for dinner earlier?
What did I have for dinner? I had pierogies.
Oh my God! Well, of course.
They were pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. And then I had cheesecake.
And it was pretty nice. Not gonna lie.
It was pretty nice. Not gonna lie.
Cheesecake can't be bad.
Yeah, it was a nice cheesecake. I was impressed. The hotel's nice.
A Stargate, he's going to start here from Bales. Nothing surprising. It's one of the most popular openers here. To be honest, everything's decently popular in a way, I guess, against Zerg, which is weird to say, because usually you have the meta and like one opener in particular. Like for some times it was Dark Templar, whether it was with 2 or 4 gates, and a Warp Prism going across the map doing customer harassment. A long time ago it was exclusively Stargate, but nowadays it's a mix of everything. You even see Twilight Council openers by themselves at times. And glaives coming in very, very quickly. Everything's viable. It's just about how well can you macro it and make something happen with what you open. And actually, oh, that Robo. A little bit unusual here behind the Stargate. When I see something like that, I'm like, all right, something's up here. What do we get next? Twilight Council and then 7 gates? Or
We'll find out in a few moments. The Phoenix is on the way now. And no Oracle, actually. Just straight to Phoenix, Todd. It's a bit surprising, no?
Yeah, it's old school style. He's going to be able to start working on these overlords, 4 spores, all alike. I mean, if you play against somebody that you know is going to be really good in pulling drones away from those mineral lines, might be okay, I guess, to go for Phoenixes like this. And just shut down the overlords and then maybe do follow-up with Adepts. That would be kind of the standard, but in this case, the Robo makes me very curious here out of Bales. Yeah, it's for a Prism. Okay, so it's just going to be to reinforce much quicker across the map with the Prism and a ton of Adepts without glaives in this case. But that would have delayed the attack a lot.
Scarlett's already got the Roach Warren on the way with +1 weapons as well.
Scarlett is taking on a 3rd base of all places.
She is doing that. Maybe she thinks it's going to get attacked and that's going to be the most focal point, and if it dies, it doesn't matter anyway, but this gives it more health. So maybe she's...
If it dies, it matters.
Yeah, no, I'm saying if it dies, it matters to the point where if the 3rd base died, the game's over for her anyway. So she may as well give it more health via upgrading it. You know?
Yeah, I mean...
That's my only justification.
I mean, you could eat a ton of snacks as well and tell yourself that after the game, it doesn't matter if you're sick, right? Because you're going to have won or lost. Like
all right,
well,
all right,
this
Todd.
kind of reasoning? Like
all right, Todd, pass me that Mars bar. Let's go.
Bring the snacks out there. Still no spores for Scarlett, actually. He's only now getting 1 in the main base. So that's going to get a few drones, but not that many. Not justifying here the cost of these Phoenixes just yet.
Yeah, these Phoenix, tricky little...
Prism in the main, though, finally. There, it's going to hit, and Scarlett's not ready. Where are the units? She has no fighting units. She's only got a bunch of queens. She starts 8 Zerglings. If Bales go for a big warp in here,
yeah,
she might be able to do a lot.
There's a few roaches going to be marching back to try and defend this.
Wow, if he had warped in.
Pick up and get out. Yeah.
I don't think you realized how little units there were. Like, if you just made more Adepts here and shaded those towards the natural, you would have kept on killing a ton of drones.
Yeah, that Warp Prism will hang around towards the bottom. Hydralist then, with Hydras, is now on the way.
Yeah, we've seen Scarlett at times here play more aggressively than, it feels like she should, just because we thought that she's playing with a little bit of delay. So in this case, I see her making Roach and Hydras. I'm thinking, she might be going for a 3-base and trying to hit before Bales can have the critical units to defend. Actually, Bales with a couple of probes stuck in his wall here, the natural.
Oh, that happens sometimes. Why do I keep seeing that? It's sad. But those Phoenix are still doing some harassment up towards the top. We have the Warp Prism trying down towards the bottom. Hydralisk will be able to chase that away. 9 more drones coming out here for Scarlett. Getting herself in a better spot economically.
No matter how tough the game is or like how it's going, Scarlett's creep spread is always on point. It's actually insane.
Yeah, it's very good. The tendrils of creep extending out from the base. And Immortal production on the way. There's your 100-100 charge, Todd. Your now new favorite upgrade. Previously it was Apollo's favorite upgrade, but now with the cost reduced.
If Zergs ever come to Earth to invade,
Yeah.
and they're looking for like a new, Kerrigan to lead them,
Yes.
they should go for Scarlett. Look at this creep spread. They will see the entire map.
Absolutely.
That's the sickest thing. Like they will see everything, and then they would win every fight because of this.
I like that it just has, again, it's just one creep tumor each way. Just get those rounds going. Very nice. It will delay a lot of Protoss pushes through the middle. If it comes through the middle and it doesn't hit that gold base towards the top.
Templar Archives now on the way for Bales. A good amount of gateways here. He's worked on his worker count very, very nicely. 63 probes to 67 drones. Not bad at all.
Not bad.
And we don't see any move out at all here so far from Scarlett. I like that she's getting a spine crawler in the main base. That's going to help a lot against these adepts dropping eventually and harassing these drones. I think she was waiting to try and catch this prism, but Bales has been extremely patient. And now is going to be the time when +2 finishes and she's close to maxing out that she's going to want to move out and start putting on the pressure. And with that creep spread, it's going to actually help her a ton getting over there even quicker.
It's so old school, just Roach Hydra.
Yeah, it's a lot of Hydra discs
Yeah,
in particular.
it really is.
And Storm hasn't finished yet.
This could be dangerous here for Protoss.
Yeah, these pylons at the front are really nice to have and defend, and force fields are available.
The Hydras have been split up into 2 clumps here. Storm is not yet done. Photon Overcharge will activate
Oh,
some
he
of
used
these.
3. That's the big mistake.
Yeah.
Now there's only going to be 1 left.
Roach on the left-hand side, going to be tanking up some of that towards the top.
Force fields have to go down here.
I just can't... On the
These
other
force
side
fields are
of
pretty
force
good.
field. Yeah, they were really nice. Little cup force fields there.
And Storm's about to finish. Oh, you don't want to lose Immortals before that actually happens. Bales was keeping his Zealots back. Scarlett, with so much more army supply, almost doubled there. He's going to get right in there to try and finish the game.
Yeah, very, very easy, especially. Although, that being said, the Storm is going to actually shut down a little bit of the damage coming in, but there's enough Hydralisks here, especially with these ones that are just chilling out. Scarlett with the army advantage. If the Hydralisks get focused, just focus the Phoenix, that should be it.
Wow.
GG. Game number 1. It's game Scarlett hands.
Yeah, Bales just not quite good enough, I think, with the micro, but I mean, also it's kind of hard to know that this is coming, but if he had known, like, he might have been able to do better, but I don't think he did it horribly bad with the micro, but it feels like you need to be perfect against this, like from start to finish. You need to land the perfect force fields, land the perfect storms after that, not fight too early, maybe buy some time somehow. Like I said, the fact that he used triple overcharge and then 1 more later, that's already quite bad. You should use 1 overcharge, maybe try and use some force fields. Buy yourself more time. The more time you can get, the better it gets for you. And then that was still a very strong timing by Scarlett for sure too, because there were never going to be that many storms.
Yeah.
There was only a couple High Templars swapped in on the map that were building up on energy, so she capitalizes on that, and Bales goes down in game number 1.
Defender's Landing is going to have to be the tie-up for Bales to start things in this best of 5. As you said, Blood second. I guess we're going to a different map. Blood Boil is going to be the second map for Bales to try and bring this back. It's just completely reversed exactly what we just said.
Good start.
Yeah, gotta do what I gotta do. It's fine. Oof. It's getting warm in here already, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, you don't feel it? Ho ho ho! Handy dandy.
Well, where is Tech to interview me here? Got an interview to make about how not hot it's going to be here once the AC kicks in.
Todd's got it on lockdown.
22 degrees.
22 degrees.
Get ready.
That sounds quite
Strap
warm.
yourselves in, put your fur coats on.
That still sounds quite warm.
No.
No. No? Okay.
You're a special guy. You want like North Pole colds.
Oh, I can feel it already. Imagine that.
It's a new era, isn't it?
It really is a
Here
new
in
era.
Katowice.
We actually have proper air conditioning that works. It's not like Germany that doesn't. It's like in Germany, air conditioning is a myth. Like, they don't actually believe in it. They're like, that's not real. It doesn't exist. But it does, and they should learn this. Yeah.
I love how you go on these rants about Germany, even though you live there. And like, our employers literally are German and maybe watching this show. He's like, hey guys.
Our German employers have a chart, a whiteboard on the wall. Here's air conditioning, here's Bigfoot, all in the same bracket. Like, that's how it is. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
Let's get into game number 2. Hey! As we do have Blood Boil going to be our next map. It will be to the right-hand side, Scarlett in the red. 1 game up currently. And we have up to the top left-hand corner, Bales in the blue, looking to bring himself back.
Definitely going to be disappointed, I think, with that game number 1, because in my opinion, he was doing pretty well. Like, he killed quite a few drones early on. And then he was, you know, doing everything normal. Maybe tech to storm a little bit late. You know, I've talked about in the past how if you don't go to storm as soon as you can, it can be really hard against certain things. And I feel like in this case, going for storm even before you start charge might be even better. Yeah. Imagine if he had done that and saturated his gases early on the 3rd base, because he took them when he had already a lot of probes there, and then still took some time to put some probes on those actual gases. He might have had a few more high Templars, but again, it's one of those cases of it's very easy to nitpick for me, because I was watching with the entire vision, and you know, I'm not down there in the muds, you know, with terrible mechanics, trying to be the one making something happen.
Todd! Protoss is giving Zerg a taste of their own medicine.
Well, I mean, he's going to take the gold. Let's not go as far as saying he's giving anybody a taste of their own medicine, because he might die horribly behind this.
He might.
We've seen Haas in the past quite a few times take the gold bases back at a time where like nobody would even have considered it.
Yeah.
On maps like Vanny Research Station or Overgrowth. And then defending flaws of links.
Don't remind me of that. Do you remember that time he was like 2 or 3 bases ahead on Vanny Research Station? Who was it against? And then lost to a Terran? Don't you remember? He like had mass stalkers and then he blinked under like a ton of Liberators. That was the worst game.
Who was it against? Was it Uthermal? Oh yeah, Uthermal.
Yeah.
In Shanghai.
Oh, Haas.
That was the best game.
What? Because you want stalkers to be buffed or what?
No, because like of the job he put in before, I thought that was amazing. Like, obviously the blink instead of Widow Mines and Liberators wasn't the best, but
yeah.
You know, what can you do? We all have bad days.
We all have Haas days.
But we don't.
Haas is a creature of his own. He's fantastic.
A creature.
All right, so Scarlett has seen that goal base. What does she respond with? Roach Warren's on the way. Her own goal base too.
It might be tempting to play very greedy, but you need to be, like, both players in this case need to be extremely careful and respect the opponent with the amount of units they're going to be making.
Instant big transfer over for the gold for Bales, because he knows that that's going to be extremely economy efficient. There's only 1 pylon in there at the moment, though, for the overcharge, if needed.
And actually, we were just talking about Haas. The Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau, and Japan qualifiers have concluded. And a little bit of a surprise last time over in Austin.
Yeah, Bistork.
Bistork and I can look it up.
Yeah.
I promised that we weren't going to do this anymore, but now I'm the one putting us on the spot like this. I think it's important to mention because of the difference.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to tell you like who qualified now, and you're going to be like, what?
You're gonna be so surprised.
Okay, so last time it was Haas and Bistork, right?
Oh yeah.
So I guess decently standard. And in 3rd and 4th place were Sen and Winter. Fast forward to when was it? Literally yesterday. Sen and Winter have now qualified. The 3rd and 4th place from last time.
Why is Winter a Swedish player?
He studies over there in Taiwan, I think.
Not a place to choose.
I don't know if it's in Taiwan exactly, but he studies there.
Indeed. Look at this full wall off by Bales, but I don't know if this is going to work that well against Roaches. 60 more Lings are on the way here as well for Scarlett, really putting on the pressure. And there's only 1 more photon overcharge for those gateways.
Yeah, this is the risk when you take one of these bases here. That pylon is pretty sick, though.
Yeah, it is.
It's really well covered, but if Scarlett just stays away from the overcharge and takes down these gateways, still going to be in a lot of trouble here for Bales. That one Void Ray cannot come soon enough.
No, exactly. That really needs to be out.
What did he whop in outside?
Don't know. Dies off. This Roach is going to get turned into... The weakened Roaches can quite easily get turned into Ravages as well, as long as Scarlett has the gas for it. And that gateway is going to go down. All of these probes are going to be sacrificed. Top. This is a big, strong army pushing through. 6. just kill the whole base.
Yeah,
Why not?
I mean, even overcharge here can kill so many units, but it might not matter. Units are going to start on streaming through here. And Scarlett, it looks like she might be already advancing on to round 2 after some pretty quick games.
Best of 5. So it'll be 2-0.
Oh, that's... well. One of us had to stay. Right?
You've been bamboozled. And it will be another
That's
charisma.
a slow up in, by the way.
It is,
The
yeah.
finals are far away.
Taking a while there, but losing 32 workers in the Protoss. In the process. There's something going wrong with our minds today already. We're in for a good cast, boys. GG.
Scarlett goes up 2-0.
Bamboozled.
And yeah, I mean, the thing to deduce, by the way, from what I was talking about earlier, is that Haz is not going to Jönköping.
Yeah. That's unless he goes.
Which you probably don't care about, because you're casting heroes anyway. You're infidel.
Infidel. Sorry, mate. It's a long tournament for heroes. What? Yeah. Because I'm in Sweden and from the 8th until the 20th. You're there for StarCraft.
I traveled there on the 11th.
The 11th. Oh, okay. It's still quite long though. Still quite long. There you go.
Poor Bales.
Poor Bales.
Like, he's trying stuff, but Scarlett just like countered properly, exactly. And this is not the Scarlett that we've seen before, where she looked a little bit maybe unconfident, you know, and just went for like huge attacks because of that. No, she just adapted to the situation here and read it properly. And in this case, that was enough to kill our Protoss player.
She knows that enough aggression at that spot can just break the back of the Protoss. And give you Abyssal Reef for game number 3, which makes me think, considering that they did host Defender's Landing for game number 2, where was it during all of this?
Like what went on with those map vetoes?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's next? They're going to host Tal'Darim or something?
I'm like, wait a minute. Tal'Darim Altar, bring that back. Didn't you enjoy that map?
Did I enjoy that map?
Yeah, Tal'Darim.
In
PvP?
Yeah, well, exactly. In other matchups than PvP, I did, yeah.
Yeah. PvP was funny on that
You know,
map.
when I played WCG in Busan, it was best of 1 and random map, and I got the worst map in every matchup. Like, I got Antigua Shipyard against Terran,
Yeah?
Tal'Darim against Protoss. I was like, oh my god.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
Strelok flew a factory inside of the smoke area on Antigua Shipyard
Oh, I know what you mean.
because he's a dirtbag.
All right, let's get into game number 3 before Todd attacks Strelok more. As we're going to be on Abyssal Reef for game 3 here. And we do have, spawning down to the bottom right-hand corner, will be Scarlett, looking to bag a 3-0 quite swiftly here in this series. And up to the top left-hand corner, we have Bales, our blue Protoss for Team Elevate.
I mean, it's probably the best map to ignite a comeback here, Abyssal Reef, one of the maps where Protoss is going to be most comfortable. Obviously, Scarlett is in the zone and she's got all the momentum in the world, but like I said, Bales, it's not like he's clearly underperforming or anything. Like, as long as he keeps on playing as solid as he can, he's going to have a real chance here, I think, to give Scarlett a run for her money. So hopefully he can do just that.
Yeah.
Nexus first here into Gateway the world directly.
Get it going, fast. Going up against Scarlett, I think a lot of it comes down to, right now, getting some good macro going and then just readying your defenses because you know Scarlett's coming for you in these games now. Super aggressive. Has been the past couple of tournaments we've watched her playing, obviously, North America from Korea.
You know, it takes a really special kind of mindset to be able to tell yourself that you're going to go to Korea and live there for, not just live there, like live there is a cultural shock, right? But on top of that, you practice a game like StarCraft that's basically the hardest game in the world.
Yeah.
And you play against the best in the world all the time. You need to have an insanely good mentality to be able to do that. And Scarlett is one of the few that has done that for over a very long period of time. Yeah. And I think it shows in a lot of her games, not just, you know, necessarily recently, but even before, like in Nation Wars, she carried Canada pretty hard, like almost single-handedly sent them to top 4, I think it was. And even beat Korea.
Yeah.
Actually, they won against Korea once, which was insane. So, I mean, just props to Scarlett. basically, is what I want to say here. For being able to do this, very few players can do that. Guys like Sortov also, they, for the longest time, they've been vocal about how they wanted to go to Korea, train there and stuff over a period of time. Then you got guys like Special. But very few can actually go there and stay there a long time like she's done.
Yep, definitely agree. And it not only shows in those results from online play, but also, when we've seen her qualifying for Code S. As it was no small feat to actually do so.
I was going to say, Bale's World is really cool because the gateway where he can enter and leave is going to be on the left-hand side, so he's going to expand towards that area. And he can send those adepts directly outside of the wall to go harass, but then he sent them on the left-hand side. I'm a little bit surprised. Usually when you go for adepts like this, you would want to play aggressive.
Yeah.
But I think Bales might be scared of aggression. It's already 2-0 for Scarlett, and she's been known to play aggressive at times when people don't really expect it. So he's like, well, what if I send those adepts across the map, get caught by speed links, and then I die right behind it? Because I haven't Scarlett that much, I'm just going to keep them at home and hope that she does that, in which case I'll crush it and I'll be good. Shot!
Oh my god, that's
we
early.
made it!
It's time, Todd.
Rolly build!
Well, everything's going to get spotted, aside from the fact that she doesn't exactly know which upgrade is going to be coming out from that Twilight Council. Let's use the Corona Boost onto it. Very interesting. So a mass Zealot warping attack?
I mean, you can still go for a third base with this. That's the big question. Is he actually going to go for that? And because also, like I say, this 100 gas changes everything. Maybe it's even with Archons. Yeah, the Warp Prism now starts. How many gateways, guys?
Zealot charge Archons.
Tell me a number.
4 more.
Yeah, actually, that sounds about right. 4 or 5 more.
Yeah.
But before or after a Nexus? Because right now, that Nexus, Bales is not even attempting to make it.
Well, considering the Forge is going down, I would say after. If it wants to actually make upgrades and keep this game going a little bit longer. Unless the Forge was thrown down knowing that there's an Overlord there in range of it. And then he made mind games.
Okay, so I think Bales just wants to expand behind this. And he's disguised this completely, basically. Like, nobody would expect charge from this. And what he's going to do is drop the first 4 Zealots, warp in 4 more, and hope that Scarlett doesn't have a single Roach. In which case, she doesn't have a Roach Rhine right now. So it's going to be only Lynx. At most, there will be some Banelings as well. But because Scarlett hasn't detected any kind of huge adept attack here, she hasn't gone for that yet.
7 Banelings morphing in now, realizing that this is coming along. And going to get pushed away. Even those 4 Zealots alone, without +1 weapons, they're going to have a bit of a harder time actually killing off these Zerglings.
You know what's crazy? I really think that if he had made 8 gates and mashed Zealots Archons, he would have just won.
Yeah.
Against no Roaches.
Yeah, true.
Because the Roach run was so late. This would be hitting right now, and you would be getting massive warp-ins. Obviously, there'd be Lynx and Banes, but it's not like they would have any upgrades. Sure, melee attacks +1 finishes now, but the attack would already be ongoing for some time.
I guess I'm trying to think of the trade-off here, and High Templars are warping in at the bottom, Todd, so Archons are going to morph in, and I guess...
Yeah, but there is an Overlord! There is always an Overlord!
Oh my god. Spots the Archon morphing in. It's crazy stuff. But the thing is that I'm thinking of the trade-off, and I'm saying to myself, you could have gone for Oracles that could have got damage, you could have gone for the Dark Templar warp-in with the Archons early and got damage, but this hasn't got any damage done yet. And by the time these arrive, there's going to be...
He's done a quick spread. Why don't you relax, okay?
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry.
And before she replants 2 tumors.
The Queen's just waddle
This is
out.
weird, by the way, because this Warp Prism is bluffing. He couldn't pick up those Archons.
No, absolutely not.
It's almost like Bales... He wants Scarlett to go there, then he's going to drop the Zealots and fight. But in this case, there is enough Roaches anyway, and she's going Spire behind this.
Please don't. Okay, so we're picking up the Archons. We're saving the Archons, we're leaving the Zealots. Bye-bye. Sorry, fellas.
And in the meantime, Bale's now mining on 3 bases. He needs to start working on that gas on the 3rd base. That Spire is going to be very scary because Scarlett is mining a lot of gas.
Archon's looking for a Queen. Gets it. And these Lings and Banelings and Roaches are going to easily push that away.
And these Archons, they make themselves at home. Like you and me in the streets of Katowice.
That's what we do, man. We're walking around
Where
at
the
2 a.m.
pierogies at?
Where are the pierogies at? Everywhere was shut. I'm like, oh, I guess we're not getting pierogies then. Hard
11
times.
more drones on the way for Scarlett, by the way. She's running up quite heavily. 15! Went up to 15 here in the production tab. She's almost like over-droning, it feels at this point.
Gonna be on 5 bases though soon if she wants to be. That's kind of crazy. Second Robo on the way. Immortal production's begun. Bales is gonna go into the Immortal Archon style that we saw before from a lot of Protoss, but
yeah, Bales has no idea that these Mutas are on the way. If they catch the Prism, it's gonna be bad news.
Very much so.
I mean, he could drop the Archons, obviously, and maybe pull back or fight the Mutas for some time.
The surprise of the Mutas might just be like, wow, wow, and then kill off the Archons. Sorry, the Warp Prism before even drops.
Here it is. Yeah, they well.
That wood Archon. He's like, no, please don't.
Oh,
he picked up.
What?
No.
He was like, it's not gonna kill anything anyway. You know what?
You could have crashed it into more
Accept my
Banelings.
fate.
All right. Scarlett's moving into attack mode, and it's 116 army supply against
Yes,
47.
Storm completed. And there is a decent amount of them. There is at least 2.
Cannons will defend the natural. There's 3 there. Not bad. Going into
Only
the main.
one in the main base. Yeah, that could be a problem. But Mothership Core is there.
Yeah.
With the second cannon on the way now.
But once the entire army crashes into the natural...
Oh, look at that wall.
Can I be up to that?
Look at that sick wall.
Let's go.
Take notes, Donald.
The structural integrity of Protoss walls are able to keep maxing them down just fine. And Scarlett here, gonna move away. That's
Yeah, overcharge again in the main. Quite a few Mutas have died, and I mean,
yeah.
Scarlett has only killed 5 probes. It feels like
Phoenix helped
she
too.
needs to go now. Like, obviously, she's building up an economy. Okay, well, these were the worst Mutas I've ever seen.
Banelings at the natural. Ah! That's gonna break down the walls.
Transfer.
Run away.
There's so many of them.
And at the same time at the third base as well. Storm's landing onto some of the Banelings that are trying to get towards the...
Yeah, 26
Work
probes
line.
have now died, and those Banelings, they're still running forward towards the main base.
What, they got everything in the natural?
Yeah.
Oh, now spreading into the main. Banelings at the third base too. Oh no, Bales! 49 workers go down. Even in the main as well, there was a bit of an attack, but didn't really get too much. But that's massive.
Yeah, 51
massive
probes
damage.
died. Like, this is absolute insanity, those Banelings, man.
Death, death, death.
Call them the Expendables.
Getting the job done. Getting it done.
Did you watch the Expendables?
A long time ago.
And?
Rubbish.
Really?
It was okay. I just needed to
Yeah,
say rubbish.
you're a wrestling guy, so...
Yeah, it's all right, yeah.
Well, actually, was any of these guys wrestlers?
I don't think
They're
so.
legends of, like, combat movies, right?
I think Arnold Schwarzenegger is in the WWE Hall of Fame. Can't think of any other than that, though. That's about it.
You like Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yeah, he's okay. I liked it when he did the splits on those
He's okay.
Volvos.
He's a legend.
I like it when he did the splits on the Volvos in that advert. That was good.
You watch Bloodsport and all that?
No.
Wow.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it Triple X good?
Nothing is Triple X good.
That film. We wasted 2 hours last night watching that film. I'll never get that time back, Todd. You lured me in.
It's the sickest movie. If you have somebody you really hate,
If you have
like you
true
really
enemies.
dislike someone.
Is that why you lured me in? Oh my god, those storms. Oh, on that ramp, they were fantastic. But
They almost killed the rocks.
Yeah.
110 hit points.
Another
What was rolling in.
Oh, Banelings just going through on towards everything, but Lings and Banelings are going to flood forward.
Immortals don't belong at the front lines here, and they're going to go down.
No, not at all. This is bad news bears for Bales. And the Corruptors are even killing off anything that's in the sky
Bad
as
news,
well.
Bales.
It's bad news Bales, my friend. Those Corruptors killing off the remaining Phoenix. That'll be GG. Scarlett wins 3-0, advances to the round of 8.
Very convincingly here. Didn't even break a sweat. Just sent the Banelings forward. And route. Boom.
Got on a bike. The bike did a backflip. It kind of like uppercut somebody as the bike's doing the backflip. Very impressive. Very
She rode a motorbike on water.
Yeah. Jet skis popped out from the bottom. Like, wow, Scarlett, you're impressive.
God, that movie.
God, it was terrible. All right. That is our first series done, of course. That is a round of 16. I think some of the other series are actually still going on and are being covered on some of the other streams that are available while this is happening.
I see some updates.
Oh, you do? You have updates?
Neeb's up 2-0 against Raze.
Okay.
And Drunken Boy is up 1-0 against True.
Okay. I wonder if there's anything on the ESL website, if there's any updates there. Doesn't look like, other than Scarlett, anybody's advanced to the upper bracket round of 8 just yet.
Well, remember, we live in the future.
We do live in the future, but I don't have anything.
What?
We're not live on Team Liquid.
Well, not in the list.
We're not on the list on Team Liquid. It's interesting, that. Don't know how to remedy that, I'll be honest. There's
Okay,
Spears Dragon.
Yeah, I'll give you guys updates on who's streaming what. If you guys want to see Neeb against Raze, that's on Wardy, Wardy's channel. Samper against Game Time is on Fear Dragon's channel. And Tech TV is doing Neeb against Raze as well.
Awesome. So I think what we're going to do now here on the main stream is we're going to go to a break. And when we're back, we're going to bring you an upper bracket quarter-final match to determine who goes through onto the qualifying matches. I have something stuck in my throat then, I'm sorry. For now, though, we're going to go to that break, and when we are back, more WCS Challenger North America coming your way.
Let's end this thing once and for all.